Obrigado. Your Excellency Prime Minister Xanana Gusmao, Your Excellency President of the National Parliament of Timor-Leste, Maria Fernanda Ley, Ministers, Vice Ministers and Secretaries of State of the Government of Timor-Leste and members of the National Parliament, the President of the Court of Appeal and the Commander of the Armed Forces, members of the Diplomatic Corps. Butadi. Thank you for your very warm and generous welcome and for granting me and through me granting Australia the honour of addressing your Parliament, the heart of your proud democracy. Timor-Leste is truly a magnificent country and Dili is a magnificent city. Set within a landscape of such deep natural beauty and positioned on the edge of a shining sea. From this building, Timor-Leste looks out towards a horizon of opportunity, out towards Southeast Asia and the Indo-Pacific, and towards our shared place in the world. For Australia and Timor-Leste, our geography makes us neighbours, but our history and our values makes us friends. And as we look out together on the same region, we look towards a shared future, a new, deeper partnership in security, in energy and economic resilience. Our connections go back a long way. In the Second World War, Australian diggers led the Allied forces in the Battle of Timor. But it was the Timorese people who helped them to survive and to resist, guiding and sheltering Australian troops, shaping a battle plan for the unforgiving jungle and mountain terrain so alien to the Australian forces. And of course it was also the Timorese who fought, who took up arms alongside us in a nearly year-long guerrilla campaign. Australians and Timorese serving side by side with valour and with honour, standing together in the cause of peace, but in the defence of their home. One Australian soldier spoke for all his brothers in his arms when he said of the Timorese, "They were so good, they risked their lives all the time for us." 50,000 Timorese would lose their lives in that conflict. Many young Australians suffered as prisoners of war, including my father figure and mentor, Tom Uren. In 1945, with victory in sight but Timor still under Japanese occupation, Australian planes dropped leaflets that carried a simple but a heartfelt message: "Your friends do not forget you." As the Prime Minister of Australia, I say to you today and to the courageous Timorese people that you represent, your Australian friends will never forget you. Honourable members, just as Australians and Timorese stood together to defend peace and sovereignty in our region in 1942, so too we came together in 1999 when your nation reflected on the question of its independence. It was Australia's proud position to support that referendum process and to help restore peace to the troubled times that followed. Australian Defence Force personnel, led so ably by Sir Peter Cosgrove, represented Australia's largest overseas military deployment since the Vietnam War. Then in 2006, Australia led the International Stabilisation Force in Timor-Leste. Along with others, we committed to restoring and maintaining the stability of the democratic way of life Timorese people themselves had sought for so long. Standing shoulder to shoulder again with the proud people of this proud nation. I know that for many, including members here today, the events of those years are bound up with difficult memories of violence and repression. But I do not raise these struggles to emphasise the dark. Indeed, quite the opposite. Because what that history shows is that in dark times, it is our friendship and our innate respect for each other, for democracy and for sovereignty that will prevail. Indeed, history holds hard truths for all of us. We have a responsibility to acknowledge them, as I did back in 1999, and to learn from them. In the past, some actions taken by Australian governments did not honour and were not worthy of the close friendship between our nations. But it is the firm resolve of the Labor government that I lead and the Australian people that I serve that peace, mutual respect and shared prosperity continue to be the guiding principles of our shared future. It is important to shape that future with words, but also with actions. And that's why Australia strongly supported Timor-Leste's deepening engagement in this, the fastest growing region of the world in human history. When Timor-Leste became not just Asia's newest country, but the newest full member of ASEAN at the summit held in Malaysia last year. And I pay tribute to the personal leadership shown and advocacy of Prime Minister Guzmão in achieving that breakthrough for your nation. Australia will work with Timor-Leste to continue to strengthen your standing as Asia's youngest nation and as ASEAN's newest democracy. Because we know that over the years ahead, our resilience, our security, our prosperity and our destiny lies here in Southeast Asia. That's why we proudly provided funding to help realise the goal of ASEAN membership through our technical assistance and capacity building package. Today I announce we will contribute a further $8.2 million to this package, bringing total funding to $20 million. This is an investment in Timor-Leste's place in the Southeast Asian community of nations, furthering friendships, deepening dialogue and advancing shared interests, all while ensuring Timor-Leste's autonomy and your economic advancement. But to do that, we need to be looking to build, to integrate and strengthen our economic ties and therefore our shared economic resilience. It is those priorities that remain the focus of our partnership right across the board. Together we are building on Timor-Leste's comparative advantages and strengthening your nation as a growing market for Australia, facilitating hundreds of millions of dollars of bilateral trade in sectors spanning resources, financial services, shipping and manufacturing, because fostering relationships in key growing industries is so important. And that is why I'm proud that Australia is investing $80 million in a new private sector development program for small and medium business here in Timor-Leste. This will support Timorese entrepreneurs to develop your businesses, boost your access to markets, amplify your production and strengthen your know-how. Because it is by fostering commerce and investment that we see tangible benefits for the people that we represent and serve. And that is precisely what Australia wants the Greater Sunrise Project to deliver. Lasting, long-term economic security for workers, energy security for industry, and new prosperity for Timor-Leste, all while helping power the growth, stability and security of our region. The Greater Sunrise Project is a natural partnership in the service of those shared goals. And today I'm pleased to announce that a total 10% of states' revenue of any future Greater Sunrise project between our two nations will be used to establish a dedicated infrastructure fund to fortify Timor-Leste's economic resilience and grow opportunity for your people. The fund will be drawn entirely from the Australian share of the Greater Sunrise project and would represent at least 1/3 of Australia's future revenue. We make this commitment because Australia wants to see investment in this nation, in your people and your jobs, in your growth and sustainability of what Prime Minister Gusmao has called Timor-Leste's blue economy. We do this because we know that sharing opportunities for economic growth is fundamental to improving the lives of our citizens, while strengthening the stability and the prosperity of the region. Friends, as legislators and leaders, we know there is nothing more crucial to our national success than investing in the skills and well-being of our people, making a positive difference to the lives of our citizens so they can flourish, achieve their goals and contribute to their country. We recognise the aspiration in Timor-Leste to build workforces and develop skills, and we share that aspiration too. That's why programs like the Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Scheme are so important. It represents a partnership between our two countries, providing employment, wages and skills for Timorese, who in return become an indispensable aspect of the Australian economy workforce and indeed the Australian community. As of October last year, more than 5,000 Timorese workers chose Australia as their home away from home. And your citizens have taken part in more than 20,000 labour mobility assignments in Australia since Timor-Leste joined these programs in 2012. And that participation is important because by fostering greater interaction between our two peoples, we will build the links to carry our relationship forward into the future. And just as investment in skills and jobs are crucial, so too is investment in the well-being of the Timorese people. In this pursuit, Timor-Leste will always find a partner in Australia, ready to unleash this nation's great reservoir of potential. And that's why I'm proud of our commitment of up to $220 million to a human development program here in Timor-Leste, focusing on strengthening primary health services along with nutrition, literacy and numeracy for all Timor-Leste people, and improving support to people with disabilities to reach their full potential. And it's why we're increasing our annual overseas development assistance funding to over $135 million in the current financial year. We want to help invigorate opportunity, build capacity and find new ways for Timor-Leste to flourish at home and in this region. Friends, we recognise that for generations, the people of this great nation have endured immense struggles in pursuit of their political and economic independence. Many have fought to assert their right to determine their own future path, one that is defined by hope and by growth. Australia, as both a security and a development partner, will always honour that independence and seek to bolster and protect the sovereignty of Timor-Leste, because we recognise that the progress of our region, of our peoples, can only be fully realised when we prioritise cooperation across the region. In that same spirit of cooperation, we today signed with Prime Minister Gusmao and I a new agreement, our parceria, or a new partnership for a new era. It is a touchstone outlining our shared commitment to continuing cooperation and consultation and our mutual respect for national sovereignty. It reflects our collective vision of a peaceful, stable and prosperous region and commits our governments to regular communication and collaboration on common security interests. And importantly, it simply reaffirms how we see each other, not just as partners, but as equal partners, one leader to another, one democracy to another, one people to another, working together in the interests of peace and prosperity, recognising that it is from those two aspects that our economic resilience is born. Honourable members, for thousands of years, the peoples of our two nations have looked up to the same patch of sky to see the same stars. Through our shared history, we have fought and we have died together. We have advocated for democracy, for peace and prosperity. We have extended our hands to a neighbour that has extended theirs. And as we gather here now and look across those same blue waters of Southeast Asia and the beautiful Indo-Pacific toward that horizon of opportunity, we see a bright sun rising. It is the future that we will share together. I thank you so much for giving me the extraordinary honour of addressing your Parliament and for the exceptionally warm welcome I received, particularly from the children, it must be said, of Timor-Leste upon my arrival this morning. It is a moment and a day that I will reflect on for the rest of my life and a day I will never forget. I thank you for this honour.